I want to talk to you today about process. Sometimes on our packaging we have process listed and folks don't know what that means. So let's talk about it. Process, when we talk about that, is the way that the seed is extracted from the cherry. To demonstrate that, I'm standing here in our cupping lab today with our resident coffee tree. We take good care of it. It's not nearly as healthy as a good coffee tree on a coffee farm would be because they don't grow naturally here, but for today's purposes, this is going to work. So a coffee tree grows like this. It's similar to a cherry tree. In fact, not everybody knows this, but these little cherries on here, on each branch, are actually coffee cherries. And inside each cherry is going to be 2 seeds, like the pit of a cherry, that for some reason we call a coffee bean. But it's actually not a bean, it's a pit of a cherry. So process is when we remove that seed from that cherry. And there's 3 main ways that our suppliers do that. The first is going to be natural process. And if you see natural process on the package, what that means is that this cherry was left intact. It dried when it was ripe, and it kind of like a raisin. It dried up, shriveled up, and all of the fruit flavor of that cherry was absorbed into the seed, and it gives it a very, very fruity, intense flavor characteristic. Another process would be washed, and that's the opposite of natural. The washed process is when all of that skin, all of that fruit, all of that cherry is removed, the seed is washed and left out to dry with nothing on it. And those coffees are very classic tasting. You're going to get mostly chocolate or nutty or clean flavors, lighter flavor characteristics than a natural. In between those two, you have what's called the honey process. And the honey process is where they remove the skin, they remove that outer skin of the cherry, but they leave the inner sugary sweet fruit substance on the seed as it dries. And that imparts sugar and sweetness into that coffee seed, and it makes a coffee that results in sweet flavors, sometimes molasses, sometimes honey, but generally very sweet, sugary forward flavor. And so there you have natural, that is fruity, honey, that is very sweet, and washed, that is more of your classic traditional coffee flavors. I hope that answers some of your questions on process. If you like this video, hit us up with a like, leave a comment. We'll be sure to answer. Thanks for watching.